Oh yeah.
This is a bit of a follow-up because we talked about the Austin Evans video, the controversial video that set the internet ablaze. But now we got Digital Foundry. They reviewed the new PlayStation 5 updated model. It's called the CFI 1000. That's what it's called. So, Manny, take it away. What did Digital Foundry say?
So it's interesting. Digital Foundry actually did a partnership with another YouTube channel that actually does some very detailed, analysis of these consoles. So from what, at least from the gist of it, it says that it does run slightly hotter than the original, than the normal PlayStation, but it's at a manageable rate. It's only maybe by 1 or 2 degrees.
Yeah, one of the things that they said, and this is something we talked about on the show, I believe, that they may have over-engineered the original one. So now they're scaling it back because the heat that's being produced inside is still within their parameters, you know? So that's what's going on there. Yeah, pretty much what's funny about the video is like they were saying a lot of shit we said on the show, just speculating. You know, it's like, oh, they probably just over-engineered. Now that they're profitable, they can scale it back a little bit and still be within their tolerances, you know?
Yeah, I mean, obviously you want your consoles to be as cool as possible. I mean, in general, don't put your PlayStation 5 inside of your entertainment unit with no ventilation on the side. You got to have it outside.
You got to tell me that twice.
Yeah. Well, I learned that. By the way, I did that shit for like an hour. I'm like, nope, take that shit right out. You know?
Oh man, that thing, they actually, it's funny because Digital Foundry actually did do a stress test where they literally ran the thing for over 2 hours or 2 hours.
Yeah.
Running the same games because they said that they're so close, and the way the supposed API supposedly works, where it essentially provides the same sort of content no matter what supposedly condition you're in.
Yeah.
So they tried a stress test where they literally stuck it inside of a little tiny, entertainment unit.
Oh man!
And ran the damn thing for 2 hours, and they said for the most part everything ran the same. They looked at a few different games like Control. When you run the what do they call it? The photo mode. It actually ramps up the console a little bit. It does it on the PS4 too, obviously. So, but yeah, any of these games where the game sort of ramps up and maybe loses frames or something like that, they looked at those sequences and then in a normal state, and then what they did is they literally stuck the thing in the unit and then tried it there to see if there was any sort of change in performance, which there really wasn't any. And then the other guys, they did an in-depth look as to what they the different parts of the two different fives, and then essentially made a Frankenstein PlayStation 5 incorporating the different heat sinks and fans. So it's otherwise it's a marginal heat from before, but it's not enough to essentially cause the damn thing to light up on fire.
Yeah, which is what people are worried about. That's what Austin Evans is worried about too. It's like, is it like a bad thing? But apparently not.
No, I mean, I think one of the guy explained, because there is a certain parameters of what they, what they sort of, have the console, and it isn't going over that, so then they're fine with that. It's kind of like if you think about when they started overclocking the Vita. I think it was the Vita or it was the PlayStation Portable. At one point, they were so afraid that they could actually get a little bit more out of the console. But then but they didn't have it running all like at a higher rate. So what they could do is like, as the console was out, as more people played it, all that stuff, they figured, okay, this thing is not going to light on fire if we ramp it up a little bit. And I feel like that's the same sort of situation. It's like, okay, if we switched out this thing, and because again, by the way, like, you remember how before I said everybody is the test bed for these consoles?
Yeah.
Your console, every single time it crashes, they're collecting or doing all this other stuff. It's collecting data. So they're combining their data, the data that they have from an actual model that, models that they, from the factory, as well as, stuff from whatever goes on with our consoles.
Damn, then they have a lot of information from me.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Yeah,
Brett, are you going out of your way to type in that within that little message box what you were doing before it crashed?
I mean, the first couple dozen times, yeah.
Shit.
Yeah, me too. Yeah. And then
no, seriously, I'm pissed. I'm pretty sure I got a fairly bunk console. This thing crashes just about every day. It's fucking horrible. Yeah. And I'm giving the benefit of the doubt of, well, I'm assuming all of their consoles can't be that bad. Otherwise, there'd be a huge, mob of angry people. But I do. When
it crashes, out of interest.
Any game. It crashed like at least half a dozen times on Deathloop. Crashes on Fallout. Crashes on GTA. Crashes on literally any fucking game I play. When I played for more than a 3-hour session, I'm almost guaranteed at least one crash.
Have you tried to call Sony?
You already did.
You already did.
They told me bullshit? They told me to sit and spin.
Oh, because I remember that, like you were talking about Returnal. But I didn't know you contacted
no, Brett told us
a
crazy fucking story about so. But the funny thing is, the story was in line with Sony customer service stories that everybody else has. Just terrible. They basically told us like, whatever,
They basically told me we have your money. Go fuck off.
Yeah, they hung up on you. It's like, what the?
Yeah,
fuck?
They hung up on me.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah, no, it's some crazy shit.
So yeah, my options are to just buy another one, give Sony another $500.
Unfortunately, I mean, they always say it's like when you get like a new system, it's like 1 or 2% it will be faulty. Brett, you got the 1 or 2%, brother.
Yeah, but the bullshit thing is they refuse to do anything.
Yeah, I know,
about
that's
it.
really
fucked
up.
In the middle of the fucking Red Ring crisis, I got more attention from fucking Microsoft, and that was just about the worst point in gaming history where somebody told their entire fan base to go fuck off.
I feel the one thing about Sony and those sorts of crashes and stuff like that. I remember during the PS5 era, PS3 era, they were also the same way, where because obviously as rare as it was, the yellow light of doom, that shit happened on a bunch. It literally happened, I think, on almost every single person in this room.
Oh, absolutely, the fat one, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Fat, yeah. OG fat. I mean, like
years is all you really got out of it.
Yeah, so I only had a year and a half, and that shit died. Yeah,
and that's why I did not buy the fat one. I only bought it when the Slim came out.
There you go.
When God of War 3 came out.
But yeah, and back then they weren't really helpful at all. Like I called them up, when my fucking thing went on, and they're like, "Well, and then they sent the shit back, and it was all opened, and they said unfixable." So I'm like, "Fuck!" So that's when I went to X Cubicle.
There you go.
But yeah, so yeah, it's only the shitty thing about these companies is when they actually start becoming a legitimate problem. Like if more than one person, like a bunch of people, like Xbox Ring of Death, shit is happening. That's when they start to take notice. But when it's like, it's such a low amount, then you get the shitty customer service. Oh well, you're gonna have to just buy a new one or deal with it.
They got Don Matrick over there,
Yeah. They got Don Matrick in the back there going, buy another console.
Man,
Jesus.
Bullshit.
Why does it sound like an evil Stanley?
You're going to buy another console, yeah.
Spider-Man.
Yeah, all right, so...
I mean, that's not I just got to say, that's not a legitimate answer for a $400 to $500 console.
Yeah,
it's not at all.
I know we took hundreds of dollars from you and gave you a terrible experience and told you to go fuck off, but if you give us another $400 or $500... it might be better. No guarantees, but it might be.
Yeah, right.
It's the worst.
That is not the answer that anybody should get. Like it's like, okay, I'm having this issue. You see the shit that's happening from my console because I'm literally sending multiple errors over to you guys, and you can't tell me that this is an issue. That this is an issue you can't fix or rectify. That's the one thing I don't understand with when you send off these error reports. With how many error reports that you've sent, and you have a corresponding thing, they should be able to pull that shit information up and be like, your console's kind of fucked up.
Yeah, they should be calling me. And that's the thing. Their whole attitude is, well, it happens in X amount of consoles, which is in the tolerable range limit. So basically, they're like, yeah, we're going to have failed consoles. It's going to happen. There's only going to be so many of them, and we've just accepted that fact. You should too. And I'm like, but mine is one of the ones that's fucked up. They clearly do not give a shit as a person what my experience on PlayStation is. No matter how much I bitch and moan, no matter how many times I call it, I've gone through like their customer service thing like two or three times. And for anybody who's done it, that's 2 or 3 times too fucking many. Because I have never dealt with a company with worse customer service. You guys want to talk about why I have kind of a stick up my ass about PlayStation? This is fucking why. Because they are literally the worst company. In terms of customer service, at least. They don't give a shit about how you feel or your. I mean, you talk about how companies don't care about you. That's one that they don't care about you. Not even pretending, right? Like usually, sometimes there's a couple guys on the team who are really excited about, like, yeah, we're gonna do some new stuff. I'm really excited about this. I think people are gonna love it. They at least care a little bit. Sony clearly fucking doesn't, and that's where all my anger comes from. So, and keep in mind, I'm still playing on my PS5, so I have fuel shoveled into that fire every time the fucking thing crashes. So by the time Sunday rolls around, I'll have a whole new box of Venom because my PlayStation has crashed another 6 goddamn times.
Man, Sony needs to fix their customer support. It's just terrible,
They never have though, and they never will. And that's the thing.
Doing the reformat? Did you try that? Because they always
Yep.
No, even hardware wise, this shit is fucked up.
Yeah, mine makes that. Mine has a bad coil wire.
Yeah. So yeah,
it sounds like there's a thing in there, like a clicking sound, and they told me this is most likely that somebody left a sticker on an internal part of the components, and I'm hearing it rattle around.
That's insane, man. Absolutely insane.
But everything's fine.
Yeah.